patiently waiting, but Satan came to me with a plan. I said, nah, man, better never see you again. And he returned 40 years later with some vengeance in mind, that he wasn't leaving the land without his people this time. So the Lord said to Pharaoh to reject the request and say no. So he told the people, kill a goat, put the blood on the post to your door. So the people waited and prayed the Lord's angels would go by. The Most High's fear and go in, shut your door and you better not come out. Now kill they firstborn, kill all they cross now. Now kill they cattle too. Most High just tear it down. Most High don't play with them. All to see they blood spilling. Look what they did to us. Please destroy all of them. Take their beauty all away and put them boils on their face. I fill the city with the frogs, death and curses to them all. Turn the water into blood and let the locusts have some fun. Hell falling from the sky, set on fire, let them fry. So much darkness in the land that you can't even see your hand. Heathen running in the streets, begging us to let them be. I'ma look the other way cause I got nothing else to say. We've been waiting for so long and we just wanna go home. Now grab everything you can cause now it's time to leave the land. And while the heathen let us leave, we gon' watch Moses part the sea. Making haste and moving fast, our armies coming from the back. Make all the waters fall and let the sea just drown them all. Hands to the heavens, prepare the lamb and the unleavened. Now count to 7 days that we can get to bless them. It's time to praise them. Now lift your hands up high and raise them. Blow up the trumpets. Now play the music loud and bump it. Here's for the moment, for all of yours that you have chosen. It's time to party. Got no idea what y'all just started. King David leaping while all the harps and timbrels beating. Now I've been waiting the whole year for this. My soul been fiending. All praises to the Father for bringing us out of bondage. Never thought that I would finally be free till I left this body. Now take the lamb and bread and eat it with haste, cause there's a better land waiting for us up out of this place. Now start closing your eyes and pretend to ascend to the sky. You feel the heat behind your neck from the nuclear fire. Let us pray, please Heavenly Father, pass over this land. It's time to go home, so either you die or repent.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ. Blessed. My name is Officer Phineas. My reader tonight is
Soldier Joe.
All praise to the Most High. We have a class for you tonight. The class is Temptation Reveal You, Mortify What's Inside. A lot of times we see temptation because temptation is not sweet. That thing is very harsh. Because sometimes you feel like giving up. But what happened is the fact that when we look at temptation, we do not look at temptation for what it really is. Temptation is there to what? To teach you that temptation is not external only. So it reveals what's inside of you. And once it's revealed, your job is to mortify it, to kill it. How you mortify it and kill it? Through discipline, self-examination, and obedience to God's laws. So without wasting time, let's go to the favorite scriptures when we're dealing with temptations. Sirach 2. Let's go to that. 2 verse 1. Start at verse 1.
Yes, sir. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So serving God comes with resistance. You don't think that you're going to come serve God and everything going to be good and dandy. None. There will be temptations. There will be resistance from the opposite side. Because serving God, you have to serve God in the spirit. That's what good is. When you read, let's read that real quick. We come back. Good. That's what good is. And Romans chapter 7. Let's get that real quick.
Yes, sir. Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
So that's how you serve God, by keeping the commandments. Just and good. Just men. God calling you, giving you all the tools to be just and how to serve him. But that is how you serve him in the spirit. But the flesh itself going to resist. Let's go back. Let's read that.
Yes, sir. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So temptation is not failure. It's not, what can I say? It's not a sign of failure. But it's to reveal what's in you. It's part of the process. It's part of the process to change. Because you will not know. That's like Paul says in, let's go back to that chapter he was at. Because Paul said he did not know what lust is except it was revealed to him. Temptation will be there to show you, because a lot of times you think you're all good. And you tell yourself, yeah, I think I'm getting it. I'm getting there. But unless you put to the temptation, you won't know if you already altogether there yet. Just because you may be able to resist something low, let's say, for example, you might be able to resist stealing $10,000, but will you resist $1 million? You don't know that. Unless you're tempted, then you'll know, you know what? I still got that covetous spirit in me. You may resist not to steal $10, but you may probably not 1,000. And even 1,000, it depends on what time. Because remember, when Satan came to tempt Christ, he didn't come and tempt Christ while his stomach was full. He came when he was hungry. So when you're broke, would you resist stealing? Okay, let's go back. Let's do that. Okay, forget about it. Let's go back to Sirach. Let's read it again.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright.
So you got to set your mind right. How you set your mind right is through discipline and through obedience, being in submission to God's commandments. So that's how you're going to get your mind right. Also, for you to do that, you have to instruct your mind constantly. You have to feed your mind nonstop. Keep feeding your mind. Keep feeding your mind. The moment that you take a break, the sins that's in you, the temptation, the lust that's in you, going to try to reverse it and take over. Let's go to Zechariah 13 verse 9.
Sir. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9.
So I'm sorry, remember I said it's part of the process. So it's there to refine you. We're going back. We're going back. Read Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9, just that.
Yes, sir. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
And he'll bring the third part to the fire.
And will refine them as silver and refined.
That's what it was saying. The purpose of in temptation is the purpose in temptation is refinement, to refine you, not to destroy you. It's not destruction, but to refine you. But the only thing is, if you do not want to face it at what is revealed in you, then eventually you get destroyed. Let's go back.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright.
Jump to verse 5.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire.
Just like we read in Zechariah, gold is tried in the fire. Why? Because impurity's got to be removed out of that. Go ahead.
And acceptable men.
What type of man?
Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
See, that the temptation, the furnace of adversity. That's how you're going to be received. God will let you go through that, not for your own destruction, but to reveal in you the things that needs to be addressed. Right? So let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, 5, and 6. Is that?
Yes, sir. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse 5. And having been a little chastised.
Said a little chastised. Temptation could be for 3 days. That thing feel like it's 30 days. That thing is no joke. Because the thing is, you're not feeling basically from the body, but it's your mind. That thing just killing you inside. Oh, an hour of that thing is overbearing. But God said what?
And having been a little chastised.
A little chastised.
They shall be greatly rewarded.
So you'll be greatly rewarded. So throughout the whole life, all these things you got to go through is for you to prepare yourself. It's the temptation, like I said, is a process to righteousness. It's a path to righteousness. That way, you will know exactly what you're supposed to do. And the good thing about it, you get experience, and also you can help your fellow brothers when you go through it. If you run and don't face it, you give up on yourselves and your people. Read.
For God proved them.
God did what?
Proved them.
God prove us. And
found them worthy.
That's how we're going to be found worthy. Where we find like gold through these challenges, just like the furnace of adversity. Temptation prove what's real in us. That's what temptation does. What's real, what needs to be addressed, that's what temptation is. Let's go to not the beginning, but Deuteronomy. When our forefathers came out of Egypt, God had to prove them also. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2. Verse 2. Let's start at verse 2.
Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 2.
You know what? Let's start at 1.
Yes, sir. Verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day.
All the commandments that God command us this day.
Shall ye observe to do. That ye may live and multiply.
So those commandments, these are the tools to fight what's in us. Because the temptation going to be there. They're going to keep coming. When you grow, you become strong. You can basically dismiss that thing 1, 2, 3 until you become stronger than your temptation. But it's still going to be there. It's not like it's gone, but it's still going to be there. Read it again. But God gives us the tools how to fight. That's a sword. Go ahead.
All the commandments which I command thee this day.
All the commandments God commanded us this day.
Shall ye observe to do.
Shall we observe to do. Go ahead.
That ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee.
To humble you, to humble us.
And to prove thee.
And to what?
And to prove thee.
And to prove us. Go ahead.
To know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
So the trial was to reveal the condition of our mind to us. It was to reveal to us the condition of our mind. Not to destroy us, but to reveal, not for God's sake, but for our sake, so we may know what's in us. But we fell. The generation that left Egypt from 20 and up had to be buried in the wilderness. They didn't make it to the promised land because we fell there to understand what was in us and fix it. We murmur a lot, we complain a lot, we do all types of things except being obedient to God and obedience to God and trusting God. Our faith was on E, 0. Let's go to James. You see, temptation is not implanted in us, right? It reveals hidden lust. Let's go. 1:14.
Yes, sir. James chapter 1 and verse 14.
Read.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn.
Let's start. Yeah, verse 13.
Yes, sir. Verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil.
You see what I said? Temptation, read again.
Yes, sir. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil.
Okay, go ahead.
Neither tempteth he any man, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
You see that? So temptation did not add that sin in you. It only revealed the sin, that's the lust that's hidden inside of you. That's all it does. Go ahead.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
So that means temptation happens when you do not, sin happens. I would say, okay, sin happens when you fail to mortify or kill that sin. You entertain that thing and you feed it, that thing become big. You keep feeding it instead of you destroying it or chain it down. So that's when you sin. That's when you sin because you entertain that thing. You should not be on the dance floor and doing salsa with sins. Leave it alone. Forsake that thing and move away. That's what we're supposed to do. Read that thing again.
Yes, sir. Verse 14.
Because, a lot of times say like, oh, yeah, God never put us through none of that. God never put us through none of that. God have the tempted. Was not Christ tempted? Christ was tempted by the tempter. The tempter is there to tempt you, so God assigned him to do a job, to reveal in you what's in you. That's all it is. Think about it. Why everybody is not tempted by everything. For example, we got people that tempted by animals, bestiality, but it's not in everybody. So that's not in you. So whenever you see an animal pass by, it doesn't bother you. But the one that has that lust, so if an animal passed by, it triggered the devil, the demon that's in it, the lust that's in them. So that temptation reveal in you what you have. That's all it is, right? Read it again.
Verse 13. Let no man...
No, verse 14.
Verse 14.
Right.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then, when lust has conceived...
When lust is conceived...
It bringeth forth
so
sin.
So that seed that in you, that thing start to germinate. It grow roots, and that thing it was a little plant. It becomes a big tree, and then it start bearing fruits, right? Go ahead.
Then, when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
So that is you call death on yourself, not God. God ain't got nothing to do with it. And a lot of times we blame the devil. Look, the devil's job is to reveal in you to reveal in us what we have to fix. So we cannot blame the devil, just like, we know the devil is evil. You know what he does. And he's good at his job, just like his children. But do not take part in those things. Let's go to Mark 7. So when we look at Mark chapter 7, right? So we got some heads up what to expect in us. Christ make it plain.
Sir.
Read that.
Mark chapter 7 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Read again.
For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Evil thoughts. That you already know. The Bible make it plain. Inside of you, there are evil thoughts in there. So we have to acknowledge it. We can't say, oh, yeah, I know. Knowing is not just it. You acknowledge it, but you have to act on it. You got to face that thing. Go ahead.
For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders.
You see that? Adultery, fornication, what?
Fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
So that shows you all these things we just read, they're already in us. We are tempted by things that we already desire. Not things that's new, things that we already desire. Read it again. Listen, sure. Okay, when you say fornication, that was the first one. What was the first one?
The first one was evil thoughts.
Evil thoughts.
Adulteries.
Adulteries. Look, listen. The word glorify things like that. Okay? When you see different videos on TikToks and things like that, you hear men or women glorifying how they being unfaithful to their spouse. The word glorify that. Nobody condemned that. A lot of people condone it. There was a video I saw. This brother was talking about how the woman that was talking about how she was unfaithful, she had more likes. She had a lot of likes by other women. That shows you something is not right in this life. That's the reason why we have to separate ourselves. We cannot be partakers of this world. We have to separate ourselves completely. So men are glorified in the music. They glorify fornication. They call it, yeah. That's the man right there. He got 16 of them. He got. Now you have porn stars being glorified to a point that that's what women are doing out there. They sound like they won the grand prize when they say, yeah, I have 250 bodies. So that's what the world glorified. But the meaning what the world is not teaching you to fight those temptations. When they're revealing you, they encourage you to act on it, to embrace it. Yeah, you sexually active. That's the word, right? Sexually active. Nah, you got demons on you. Sexually active, then get married. Get married. Get somebody that got the same demon. As a matter of fact, I can't say you still got to refrain yourself because there are times you're not going to be with one another. You might be traveling or work or whatever it is. You're away for 2 weeks and you quote unquote sexually active because you're going to pay for sex out there. And that's how you're going to destroy your soul. Read that thing again.
Yes, sir. From within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
So temptation reveals your true self. When you see these things that's mentioned here, you say, oh, I have to fix that. That's not the type of man I want to be. That's not the type of woman I want to be. So you will work on it and remove these things and chain them down. Have control over the desire of your body. Put your flesh, how did Paul say it? I put under my body. Yeah, put your body in submission to God's laws, so you do not fall victim to sin. So let's go to, let's go get some examples in the Bible. I always like to start from the beginning when I give example. I know. Let's go to Genesis 3, right? 3, 1 to 6.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
You know what, we see what the serpent said, yeah. So how the serpent come and ask the same question? Did he say that? That means he know that was said. But he want to check to see where your mind is. He's sizing. He says, okay, let me see where she at. Okay, did God? We read that part again?
Yes, sir. And the woman said unto the serpent.
No, he said, did God, the serpent, when the serpent talked, verse 2.
Yes, sir. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
He said, did God say that? He said, if she going to say yes or no, go ahead. He said, regardless the answer, it seems like my man was already prepared. If she said yes, I'm gonna say this. She said no. Because why would you come and ask the question like that? Go ahead.
Right. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees.
But she admit that God says that. God give the command.
Of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Lest ye die. Go ahead.
And the serpent said unto the woman.
Now he got his answer was ready. Remember he said he's more subtle than any cattle or any beast of the field. Go ahead.
Ye shall not surely die.
He said, nah, you're not going to die like you think you're going to. Nope. Go ahead.
For God doth know that.
That's what God was not telling you. He knows this. I'm telling you a secret right now. Go ahead.
For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open.
Okay. Now, did he pull out a gun? He did not pull out a gun. And go ahead.
And ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Knowing good and evil. Go ahead.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to the make one wise, she took.
She what?
She took of the fruit thereof.
There was no place that he pulled out a knife, a gun, or a sword to make her eat that thing. So what did he do? The serpent did not force her to eat it. He just presented what she already wanted. Right. And she just take it because she had that lust, that desire was already in her. So he did not, so that's the same thing. So that was what was in her. She should have known, okay, why do I want it? That right there was revealed to her. Look, you have that covetous spirit. You want to be like God. Right. And God did not create you to be like that. So that's how she fell. Okay? Another example, let's go to Luke 22. Luke 22, we'll start at 31. Luke.
The book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you.
Satan have desired to have you, Simon. He said, Simon, Satan have desired to have you. We're going to 34. Go ahead.
That he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not.
That your faith fail not.
And when thou art converted, strengthen.
So he said, look, this is what Satan wanted to do, because you have something in you. And Satan want to explore that thing to destroy you by it. He said, what I pray that your faith fail not. Go ahead. Because your faith come by what? By your works. You got to show your faith by your works. He said, I pray that your faith fail not. Go ahead.
And when thou art converted.
So he told him like, yo, listen. He said, you didn't say if. He said when. So he already give him some exhortation right there. He said, when you are what?
When thou art converted,
when you change,
strengthen thy brethren.
So he already said you will overcome. But when you do, strengthen your brethren, though. Go ahead.
And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee.
Wait, okay, go ahead.
Both into prison and to death.
Go ahead.
And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day, before thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me.
Where you at?
Verse 34. Just in the
34. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 35. And he
34.
Yes,
Read it again.
And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day, before that thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me.
Okay, you see that? So now, Peter's character must have been like this, the guy that's all in the front, not scared, any of that. But little did he know, he had some fear. He had some fear because fear comes two ways, right? It comes two ways. You might be fearful to act, but you might be fearful to act. Let's say, for example, to defend yourself or to protect yourself or protect your loved ones. You might be a coward in that sense. So you're not afraid to kill and destroy and inflict pain on people. Because we know Peter probably was like that if you analyze it, because when they came to get Christ, he pulled out his sword and chopped ears off. He was the first one. He reacted. Christ had to come down. Calm down, my brother. Calm down. Now put away your sword. So Peter's like, there's no fear in me, but there's another one. Affliction and death. What do you know about that? He probably was not afraid to kill. He didn't have the fear to do that. And it shows you, because when that was revealed to him, that's when he realized, oh man, I'm scared to die. When he said, yo, listen, bro, are you not with Christ? We're about to kill him. I think you should be next one. He said, no, bro, I don't know him. What you talking about? 3 times. So then he realized, oh man, I have fear in me. I have to. Then when you go to Acts 5, that fear was gone. They were happy to get whooped for the Lord's sake. So all these things, in both sense, we have to. A lot of times, we just look at it one side and think, like, okay, this is how Satan gonna come, and forgot there's another side. There are other ways Satan can come. But the best thing is, remember what he says, verse 33 again.
Verse 33. And he said unto
Peter
him,
said,
Lord, I am ready.
He said what?
I am ready.
He said, I'm ready, body. Master P.
I am ready to go with thee.
I'm ready to go with you.
Both
what?
Both into prison.
Into prison. I'm down to go to prison for you. I'm loyal.
And to death.
I'm ready to die. And that part, he thought he was ready. But when the night came, the same night. That's the same night. So when they came to get Christ, and he saw, from the time they got Christ, they start to slap him, do all types of things to him. And he see that, he like, oh, man. So in his mind, he probably think Christ was going to be fighting. And he said, yo, I'm ready to fight too. But he said Christ just accepted, because that's what he came for. He said, dang, I have to just accept it like that and die? He probably was not a coward if he had to die fighting, swinging. But you see what it was. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, all praises. Let's go to, what about Judas? Let's go to John 12 and 6. Read John 12 and 6.
John chapter 12 and verse 6. This he said, not that he cared for the poor.
So he was saying, when we were saying that, he said that money, that ointment, you're wasting it. We can sell it and give the money to the poor. So when you read Matthew 16, that's why it's talking about Matthew 26, around verse 16 to 20, verse 14 to 16. Let's read that to get the context. We're coming back in context. keep it in context. Matthew 26. Verse 14? Okay, all right.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests.
Nah, Matthew 26. Okay, yeah. Let's read that.
Yes, sir.
To see what he did.
Yes, sir.
To show that he didn't really care about the money. Let's start lower before we go there. Where you at? Matthew what?
I was at 26 verse 14.
Where? Okay, let's read that. Yes, to show that it's not like he cared about the poor. Because think about it. If you care about the poor, would you sell your own brother for money? I thought you cared to give the money to them, but now you sell them for money. That means you did not care about your brother. Read that again.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, What will ye give me? And I will deliver him unto you.
Damn, my man negotiating. They call him the negotiator, the negotiator. So he said, like, yeah, what's up, man? Let's sit at the table. He's like, yeah. I said, what you have in the bag? What you have in the bag? Because you want him, right? I can deliver him to you. So what you got? What's your price? What you willing to pay? Go ahead.
And they coveted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
Dag. For what?
30 pieces of silver.
So for 30 pieces of silver, go ahead.
And from that time, he saw opportunity to betray him.
He saw opportunity to what?
To betray him.
For money. For money. Start to betray the Son of God. Read verse 6.
Yes, sir.
No, that's too far. Read verse 8.
Yes, sir. Verse 8. But when his disciples...
yeah, what's verse 6?
Verse 6?
Yeah, read verse 6.
Verse 6. Mm-hmm. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head. And he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste?
So that's what we're reading in John. Read the John. It said, to what purpose is this? Finish it. Finish the verse.
Yes, sir. To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor.
So that's what we read in John. Read that in John, and we'll come back to 14 again.
Yes, sir.
In Matthew.
John chapter 12 and verse
6.
Verse 6. Then he said, not that he cared for the poor.
Not that he said that. Not that he cared for the poor.
But because he was a thief.
He was a what?
A thief.
He was a thief.
And had the bag.
And he had the money. He had the bag. So did Christ give him that bag? Let's go back and read and see his character. He was a thief. He was dealing with that. So they let him hold the bag so that can be revealed. His temptation can be revealed to him so he can fix it. But he did not take the opportunity to do that. He hid it. He said, no, I don't have that. He didn't make an effort on his own. And when you make the effort on your own, it's not working. You got to seek counsel. Who's a better counsel than the Son of God, the creator of all things? He already knows. He said, okay, just like God. God knows what we all fighting. Would you pray and confess it and ask specifically what you need help for? He wants you to acknowledge that. You see, when you read about John the Baptist, he said they were baptizing in Jordan, confessing their sin. You read in Proverbs, it tells you, Proverbs 28:13, right? That's what it is. I don't want to I can't quote. I paraphrase it. It says, he that forsake.
I got you.
You got me?
Yes, sir. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 13.
Say, brother, having mercy on me. All praise to the Most High.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
He that covereth his sins
So if you cover your sin, make an excuse, you say, I'm all right, it ain't that bad.
shall not prosper.
You will not prosper. You will not overcome.
But whoso confesseth and forsaketh them.
So you have to confess it to God. You don't say, God, you know my problem, just forgive my sin. No, you have to tell him exactly what it is. Did you acknowledge it? The temptation that revealed that in you, did you acknowledge it and know that you have to fight and overcome? You have to confess what you acknowledge to God. Confess what temptation revealed to you and acknowledge it and confess that to God you need help. That's what we'll do, yeah? Go ahead.
But whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy.
And that's who gonna have mercy. You have to confess it and forsake it. Then you have mercy. Okay, let's go back. I hope I didn't go too far. Let's go.
Verse.
We're in Matthew.
Yes, sir.
To show what he did. 26:14,
yes, sir.
right?
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 14.
Yeah.
Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot.
That's the one that said, you're wasting the ointment. He was a thief. So that's what he went to do.
Went unto the chief priests.
They said, here, I got to get that money.
And said unto them, what will ye give me?
So the guy, his thing was so bad. He did not try to sell. He did not try to sell an object or something that he did not try to sell an object or something materialistic object. He didn't try to steal that to sell. He's selling somebody's life. Okay, I'm going to sell. And he knows that's the same guy that's teaching him, that give him power to chase demons, to do all of that. And that's the guy you choose to sell. That's the hope of the people. Anybody that turns against a leader, there's no other people, no other sin, no other crime can top that. Because you steal everybody's hope. You didn't just rob, you robbed a whole nation's salvation, that is. But that was God's plan, and he was supposed to know what to do. Go ahead.
Verse 15, and said unto them, what will ye give me? And I will deliver him unto you. And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
They what?
And they covenanted, and they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
Hey, if you can't see it, I can't see it.
Yes, sir.
Read it again. Maybe
Yes,
you practice, and practice will make perfect.
I got you. Yes, sir. And they covenanted with him.
They covenanted with him
for 30 pieces of silver.
For 30 pieces of silver. That's it.
And from that time, he saw opportunity to betray him.
See, that's it. So the thing that's in you will cause to activate different ones. Now you love money, and now you start committing sins, other things to make sure it happened. So now he had to sell somebody so he can get that bread. That right there. Remember, he was not made a thief. He was not made greedy. He already had it in him. But when the opportunity comes for him to fix it, he did not. Read that part again. Verse 20, verse 16.
Verse 16. And from that time, he saw opportunity to betray him.
So the Bible temptation exposed this type of thing. It exposed flaws in us. And now, so if you look at it, God sent us here. He's helping us. Okay, you don't know what to do. All right, there's a way. You'll be tempted. Your temptation going to reveal in you what you need to fix. Okay, if you need to fix it, here's the tools. Here's my laws, how to apply it. All of that is at our disposal. But it's up to us to walk the walk, right? So let's go to Romans 8. So the purpose of temptation is to mortify what's revealed, all right? Verse 13.
Verse 13?
Yes, sir.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 13. For if ye live after the flesh.
If you what?
If ye live after the flesh.
If you live after the flesh, because what's the flesh? Sin. If you live after sin, go ahead.
Ye shall die.
You what?
Ye shall die.
You shall die. Yeah.
But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
So you cannot leave sin alive in you. It will destroy you. Those lusts will destroy you. It's a matter of time. When you become a full-blown reprobate, you're overtaken by your sins. So we have to mortify. Read that again.
Yes, sir. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die.
So when we say, for people that's doing that, when we say if you live by the flesh, let's see what's in the flesh. Galatians 5, 19?
Galatians chapter 5 and verse 19, verse 18.
18, okay.
But if ye be
17.
Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
19.
Verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
The fruit of the flesh that manifest.
Which are these? Adultery.
That's sin. Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's of the flesh. It's not of the spirit. It's not of God. Go ahead.
Fornication. Uncleanness. Lasciviousness. Idolatry. Witchcraft. Hatred. Variance. Emulations. Wrath. Strife. Seditions. Heresies. Envyings. Murders. Drunkenness. Revilings. And such like, of the which I tell you before.
He says, such like of the which I tell you before. You, 1 Corinthians, he named a bunch of them.
Right.
Go ahead.
As I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
So now that's what the flesh is. It's sin, 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 sin. Let's go back.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if you live after the flesh, if you stay in sin, you will die. So we know what the scripture said. For the wages of sin is death. So if you remain in your sin, if you listen to those crazy people out there saying that the anointing of God in Christianity tell you God's law is done away with, when the breaking of God's laws is what's called sin. He said, if you live your life breaking, not keeping my commandments, you will die. That's basically what it translates to. Go ahead. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify. What is the Spirit? Let's read the Spirit real quick. John. Let me John 6. Yes, sir. Let's go to John 6. John chapter 6 and verse 63. Is it the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing? The flesh profit nothing? The words that I speak unto you. The words of the Bible that Christ speak unto us. They are spirit and they are life. So the word of the Bible, that's a law. That's a law. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. So the law, the words, synonymous. Okay? Truth, all of that. So let's go back. Yes, sir. Romans chapter 8 and verse 13. For if ye live after the flesh,
if you live in sin,
ye shall die.
you will die. There's no way around it. You will die. Not the death of the flesh. Your soul will die. Eternal damnation. Go ahead.
But if ye through the Spirit,
if you through the Spirit to keeping of the commandments,
do mortify the deeds of the body.
Read that again.
But but if ye through the Spirit,
if through keeping the commandments,
do mortify the deeds of the body,
you mortify the deed of the body, the lust that's in your body,
ye shall live.
You will live. You will live, Sirach 18:30.
Sirach chapter 18 and verse.
Did we go to Colossians? Let's go to Colossians 6 and 5.
Colossians chapter 6.
Verse 3 and 5. My bad.
Yeah. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
What to do?
Mortify therefore your members.
Mortify means to kill. It said kill your members. Remember, those members are the same deed of the flesh. That's your members, the flesh. What's in the flesh? Fornication, adultery, witchcraft, variance, all these things that we read earlier and more. Go ahead.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. Fornication. Unclean.
There you go. He giving you more. He repeating them again. Go ahead.
Fornication. Uncleanness. Inordinate affection.
Ordinate affection, that's when you love yourself, appreciation, all that thing. Remember what it says in Peter? In the last days, we shall be lovers of ourselves. That's how it goes? Lovers of oneself. All right, okay, go ahead. I think everybody get it.
Fornication.
Fornication.
Uncleanness. Inordinate affection.
Inordinate affections.
Evil concupiscence.
Evil concupiscence. That's strong sexual lust.
And covetousness.
And covetousness. That's the mother of all these things. Because that's what going to reveal what's what. Because once covetousness kick in, and it will cause you to do all the rest. Right? Go ahead.
Which is,
I believe that's the root. Yeah, it is the root of all sins. You have to covet something for you to act on it. Right. Go ahead.
Which is idolatry.
Which is what?
Which is idolatry.
So, these things are in us. Mortify means kills. Do not flirt with them. It said, kill those things. Get it? That's what it says. We have to mortify these things so we may live righteously and have a chance at entering the kingdom of life, the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Yes, all praises. Let's go to Sirach 18:30. So we have to learn to recognize and restrain our weaknesses. That's what we have to learn. We have to. We cannot just ignore it and say, I think it will go away. It will not go away.
Right.
God said you have to fight. That's the condition of the battle. Read.
Sirach chapter 18 and verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
God said not to go after your lust. That means if you go after it, that means you know it.
Right.
He said don't go after it. You see that right there? That lust? He said, don't go after it. Do not go after your lust.
But refrain thyself from thine appetite.
Refrain yourself from that appetite. That's an appetite. You have a great appetite for it. Yeah, I can be satisfied. I gotta get it. God said, listen, mortify that thing. Kill it. And refrain yourself from that appetite. That's all?
No, it's more. Verse 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock.
So you'll make you a laughing stock, and you'll die. Okay? Let's go to Matthew 17:21. It is that one thing, right? we have to acknowledge what temptation revealed, right? We have to do it. When temptation exposes something, we have to acknowledge it. And be real. Let's be real with ourselves by not making excuses. If we make excuses, you know, when you make excuses, it's because you're hiding something. If you cannot hide things that you don't know. You know, you're making excuses, you're hiding it. Let's acknowledge it and work on being better. Okay, so now, how do we face these things? How do we fight? How do we face these things? Let's go to Matthew 17:21.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 21. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
Hold on. Yes, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 21. Howbeit.
So, read 19.
Yes, sir. Verse 19. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out?
Why couldn't we get rid of those demons? So we were talking about healing people, but also we have to do it in ourselves, because the same demons that they were casting out, they themselves have them. So if you do not restrain yourself, they will grow bigger. You will feed them, they get bigger. They get as big as Sasquatch. And then you have that thing coming riding on an elephant inside of you. That thing big. That's two demons riding inside of you. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief.
He said, because of your unbelief.
For verily I say unto you.
Verily I say unto you.
If ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Read.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not.
There's a kind of demon.
This kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
So some demons, some spirit won't leave without a fight, without warfare. They said, look, we're going to fight for keeps. So they said, we got to fight. What was that you flashed on there? What did you flash on there? Is that the thumbnail? Oh, that was the thumbnail. Let me see it again. I think I see a big demon over there. They said, like, I ain't leaving. They said, we said, behind that guy. They said, I ain't leaving, man. They said, yo, look, you see how big the demon is? The demon tower that guy. The guy said, leave me alone. He said, no. So let's read it again. Howbeit.
Yes, sir. Verse 21. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
So that's why Christ said in Luke 18, we have to pray a lot. Not only for the destruction of our enemies. Look, the flesh is our enemies. So all those members in there, all those demons in the flesh, they don't like us, because all the things that they do is things that will cause us to die. So we got to pray. We got to pray for strength to fight these things. So we always got to equip ourselves with the laws, that we understand the spirit. The laws will teach us how to understand the spirit and how to fight them off. But we got to pray for strength. So God never leave us alone. Always there to strengthen us. Because he didn't send us there without proper tools to fight, proper tools to survive, proper tools to make it out and to of this fight, to make it out victorious. He does. So we have to have faith in him. Let's go to Romans 12:21.
The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 21.
Read.
Be not overcome of evil.
So God says to Apostle Paul, be not what?
Be not overcome of evil.
Be not overcome of evil.
But overcome evil with good.
We have overcome evil with good. Christ taught us the same thing. Do not fight evil with evil. Start above.
Sir. Verse 20.
No, more than that.
Verse.
Hold on. Yep. Go to verse 19.
Verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
Rather give place unto wrath.
For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
So Christ told us the same thing in Matthew. I turned the other cheek. Let's go there real quick. That's a verse that the slave master used to say, okay, if I slap the hell out of you, you're supposed to ask for encore. Okay. Read that. 539? Yes, sir.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 39. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil.
So is Christ saying that don't resist it, accept it? That's not what he's saying. So he's teaching you to be humble, so we can end the cycle of vengeance. Look at Joab. This guy loved vengeance. Abner, I think Abner killed his brother Azael, right? And Abner made peace with David, but he still killed him. That's a guy that's moved by vengeance. Absalom burned his field, right? He burned his field. What was in the field? Barley, something like that. Burned the field because his field was close to Absalom's field. Absalom told his servant, go burn his field real quick. The guy came to Absalom and said, why you tell your servant to burn my field? Then when Absalom was running from David, he got caught in the bushes. He took the opportunity. King David said, don't kill him. He killed him. Now, King David in his deathbed told Solomon, make sure this guy got to go. I don't think he'll be good for your kingdom. You got to go. Now, had he obeyed, he would have lived. Right. I mean, he would have lived. So vengeance is not good. You kill me. My people kill you. Your people kill the avenger, then the other kill. So when does it end? That's what Christ was. And he was not saying that between nations and nations. He was saying that between Israelites. So if you constantly taking vengeance, where's the love? So we have to stop that. So love your neighbor as yourself can flourish, that you may see the fruit of it, that it does benefit. So we have to stop it somewhere. You see what happened. That's after Christ just came from being tempted in chapter 4. And he came back and he's breaking it down. Said, look, this is how the attacks are. This is what you're facing. This is what I'm facing. Read that again.
Yes, sir.
I talk too much.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 39. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil.
You resist not evil.
But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him thee also the other. So
Christ is teaching us, listen, man, if that happened, it happened, but you don't have to go afterwards plot your vengeance. That's what he's saying. But if somebody's slapping you and you see it coming, you better move your head. Don't lie on Christ and say, oh, okay, I fulfilled Matthew 5. I got slapped the hell up. Nah, God will look at you. You a dummy. Right. Say you had the chance to move. You better move. That's what it's saying. It's not that. Go to Proverbs 19:15. Let's see what it says right there.
Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 15. Slothfulness casteth.
Oh, no, 19:11. What
yes,
I
sir.
say?
19 verse 11.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The discretion of a man deferreth his anger.
You see that? The discretion. You got to have discretion. That, look, you know what? If I continue in that thing and I act on that anger, that might lead somewhere. Somebody might die. It might be me or somebody else might die. Go ahead.
And it is his glory to pass over a transgression.
Read that again.
Yes, sir. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression.
Pass over a transgression. So we have to control ourselves. That's what self-restraint. So when you see things like that, it revealing you, Oh, bro, you have an anger problem right there. Temptation will teach you that. So all of a sudden, you catch yourself taking off your shirt. You bare back. Bro, you have a problem. No, I don't. I was defending myself. Really, bro? That's how you see it? Then your problem is worse. Your case is worse than we thought. So now you blinded too? You can't even see what's being revealed to you? All right? Let's go to 2 Peter 2:21. Shows that also Christ, our forefather Peter talked on these things.
Sir.
Go 21 to 23, straight to the point.
Yes, sir. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
For it had been better for them not to have known the way of...
Peter?
Oh. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Who by... Oh, 2 verse 20. My fault. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 24, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
For even hereunto were ye called. Because Christ...
So what we call it? It's talking about that if you be buffeted doing right, it said, look, it is acceptable with... I have to read it.
Yes, sir. 1 Peter
20.
Chapter 2 and verse 20. For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, that is acceptable with God.
God said, that's what I accept. So you are strong. A lot of people think the world teach you that's weakness. But God said, no, that's strength. You know how much strength it takes to calm yourself down, not to react? It's a lot of mental strength, spiritual strength, to say, okay, you know what? Let me refrain myself, because you know what you can do. And you know what's going in your mind. Satan already painted the picture. Look, he's not standing properly. Look, there's a big rock in the bottle right there. Bust his head. And stab him with the broken pieces. All these things are in your mind. But you manage to calm yourself and refrain yourself from acting on it, just like we read in Proverbs. Go ahead.
Verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us.
So Christ also suffered for us.
Leaving us as an example.
Leaving us as an example?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir. Leaving us as an example that ye shall follow his steps.
Read it again.
Yes, sir. For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example.
I know my eyes ain't good, but bro, that thing, I'm like, yo, that doesn't sound like, the grammar sound off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. It's all good. It happened to all of the best of us.
Verse 21.
You almost got me for a minute. I'm like, yo, read that again so I can see. Go ahead.
Verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye shall follow his steps.
An example that we should follow his step. Go ahead.
Who did no sin.
He did no sin.
Neither was guile found in his mouth.
He was innocent. Go ahead.
Who, when he was reviled,
who
when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not.
So, and he had power. So you think he had power to bring people to life? He ain't got power to put you to death? So if he's able to give you that life, he should be able to take it. He put down his own life and take it back. He gave Lazarus life. So he couldn't do that. But yet, having all that power, yet he was not tempted. That's a temptation right there. Okay, look, you have all that power. You're going to let people just do you like that? You're going to let do it? We be having the devil on us too in the world. We be putting the battery in people back. Oh, you going to let him get away with that, bro? You really? Bruh, yo, man, you got to keep it gangster, man. We are devils. Hey, listen, for those that's not in the truth, listen to class, listen. All these things are for you, too, that you do not act on this thing. Because these things, you got to know, when you act on these things, believe it or not, you are possessed. And you are being led by demonic influences. Okay? Where did you
Verse
go?
23. Who, when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not.
When he suffered, he threatened not.
But committed himself to him that judgeth righteously.
He committed himself to God that judged righteously, right?
Who his own self bear our sins in his own body.
All praises. Let's go back to Romans 12:21. Maybe we should start at 19. I like the 19.
Yes, sir. Romans.
Was it 19?
Yes, sir. It was 19.
All right.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
Avenge not. Let's not avenge ourselves. I know we're tempted to go tit for tat.
But rather.
Because the thing is, that is children mind. Now we are in Christ. We can no longer think as children. If you see, it's the same thing that was in the Old Testament. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, so on and so forth. Children, that's how they see it. If you hit me, I hit you back. You say, why you hit it? Because he hit me, or you hit me. So that's how we see fair exchange. Or if he hit me, I hit back. That's justice. But God said, look, we cannot think like children no more. We in Christ now. We got to think differently.
Right.
Read that.
Verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
Avenge not yourselves.
But rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine.
Vengeance belongs to God.
I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thy enemy hunger.
Where you at?
Verse 20.
Verse 20. Go ahead.
Therefore, if thy enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
So now we have to replace lust with labor and replace pride with humility, meekness. That's what we got to do. We got to. Test. Oh, you hear me? What did I say? Okay, we got to replace pride with meekness, humility. What was the first one I said? Replace lust with labor. We got to work.
Right.
Don't be lazy. Do something. Feed your mind with the Bible so that every thought you have can be filtered through the Bible before you act on it. Imagine how many pages is on there. You filter your thought to all these pages. It's going to come out clean. Clean on the inside, clean on the outside. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Be not overcome of evil.
Be not overcome of evil. Evil will overcome you when you keep acting on it. That's why God said, look, do not avenge yourself. Because now, next thing you know, in addiction, you develop a lust for blood just like Esau. Esau can't help it. He got to shed blood. So you do not want to be possessed by that demon. Just like Joab, he was a mighty man, but somehow the guy got addicted to killing. So that's why he keep taking vengeance. You did this, I did that. You did this, I kill you. Any chance you get. So when he find the opportunity, he'll kill you. Okay?
Sir.
That's 21. Finish it.
Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
Overcome evil with good. Stay in the scriptures. Fill your mind. Psalm 119:11.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 11.
Read.
Thy word have I hid in my heart.
What King Solomon said?
Thy word have I hid in my heart.
He said, your words, God, I hide that in my head. I keep them in my mind. That's where I keep your words. Read it again.
Yes, sir. Thy word have I hid in my heart.
Your words have I hid in my mind. Go ahead.
That I might not sin.
That what?
That I might not sin.
So he can examine his those thoughts. Because the thing is, everything you do, all your actions start from a thought. So if you keep God's words in your mind, when those thoughts come, if the word's always in your conscience, you don't bury that thing somewhere in the just like when you go apply for a job, they don't want you to just throw it in a drawer that they're not going to visit. So that's how we got to do it. So we got to understand The temptation is like a mirror. When you read in James, they say you behold your face when you turn. So it's the same thing. It will reveal to you. So temptation is like a mirror. It say, look, this is what you have. And acknowledge that. Read that again.
Yes, verse 11. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin.
That I may not what?
That I might not sin against thee.
That I might not sin against you. So if you keep God's word in your mind, you fill your mind with his words. Study, pray, apply. I say should call it spaff. S is study, pray, apply, and fast. Spaff. All praises. Let's go to 2 Timothy. Chapter 2, verse 3. Feed your spirit, brothers and sisters. Feed your spirit, or your flesh will take control. Your sins will take control of you if you do not feed your spirit. If you're not feeding your spirit, God did not put evil, good, and a gray area or neutral right there. No, it's either you're doing good or you're doing bad, and you cannot mix them. You lukewarm, that it's not pure anymore. God do not deal with that mix. That any mixing is confusion. That's the reason why Christ said you cannot be lukewarm. You're either hot or cold. So lukewarm and cold is both death. Only being hot will preserve your life. Okay, where we at?
2
Timothy.
2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thou therefore endure hardness.
So endure hardness.
As a good soldier.
As a what?
As a good soldier.
It's a battle. Not a sign of failure. That's not what temptation is. It's a battle. Go ahead.
As a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
So when those things are revealed to you for you to face, and these things threaten your soul, so it's time for you to be a soldier. Lace up your boots, put on all the whole armor, pull out your sword and fight.
What?
Yes, you might get dropped. You get up again, your face lumped up, but as long as you're alive, keep swinging. That's it. So everybody gonna face temptation. So some might fight, receive proper training and understand the sword better, but a lot of us gonna fall and understand the hard way. So that doesn't mean you fail. You fail when you give up. That's right. Right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Read it again.
Verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
So as a good soldier of Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ train us, teach us to run? Nah. We got to fight the battle. We got to fight to win. That's what we got to do. 1 Corinthians 10:13. 1 Corinthians 10:13. So those things we're going to be facing, they're common to men. They're not new stuff. Somebody in the body and leadership that been through it. So they can coach us and tell us what to do, how to get out of it. A lot of times, that's why the first chapter we read, the first verse we read, it said, prepare your soul for temptation. So, and when you keep reading, it's talking about, all he was teaching us, look, you got to be patient. Anything you're doing, you're cooking with fire. You got to be patient. You have to wait for it to cook. If you put the gold in the fire, you have to wait for it to melt. So what would be the point for you to just put it in the fire and you don't let it melt so the impurities can come out? That's how it is. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There have no temptation taking you, but such as in common to men.
So you're not alone. You're not alone facing those temptations. Christ was tempted in all things. That means everything we're being tempted by, he was tempted by them. Read it again.
Yes, sir. There have no temptation taking you, but such as in common to men. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
So what you're facing is not new. God already made a way out for us. So when we're facing it, we may know. Okay? That's why you have to be in a body. I feel sorry for those that want to be individualites. You're already dead, brother. You know what I'm saying? You just probably working for your tombstone. Go ahead. Where we go? Let's go to 2nd Ezra 7:55. Just that verse.
2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 55.
Uh-huh.
And that the faces of them which have used abstinence.
What is abstinence? That's self-control. Self-control, self-control, and restriction. That's what abstinence is. Read it again.
Yes, sir. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars.
So you see that? Abstinence, which is self-denial and restraint, is actually a path to heavenly glory. That's basically what it is. So, to all that, that's what Christ said, woe unto them that have lost patience. And in your patience possess your soul. So in all over the Bible, patience, long suffering, patience. And we don't have patience. We don't have that. Every day we have, oh man, I could have waited a little bit. I could have done that. So you got to realize that when you mess up, you got to acknowledge you mess up. Then you keep it in mind for next time you show more patience, more self-control, self-denial, restraint yourself. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to 1 Corinthians 9:25.
1 Corinthians.
Read that again. I like that thing. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 55.
Listen to what it says right there. Good.
And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars. Whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness.
So now those that restrain themselves, they will shine like the stars. What about those that do not restrain themselves? It's the opposite, wouldn't it be? So those who give in to temptation will die.
Right.
Oh, that's how like Deacon Asaph. You will surely die. You'll be left for eternal damnation, eternal destruction. So think about it. You live your whole life. You know, it's not a good life. I don't care how you live. If you as rich as Oprah or whatever, listen, it's a miserable life here. It's a miserable life. So you might have the money, and you see a bunch of people, you probably have more money than they do have more authority than you do. If you move wrong, so it's just like Oprah went to France, she probably could have bought the store 1,000 times over. They kick her black behind out. They said, nah, we don't sell to sale négresse. That's what it said. They said, hey, nigga, you out. So to save face, the manager came to her show to apologize. But that's not apologize. You come to her show for more exposure. That is. Right. That's it. She's well known. That's basically that. Okay, I'm gonna get free commercial. I'll give you the address you wanted, and I'll let people. Yeah, this is the address of the store. So that's free publicity.
Verse 55. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness.
So that is more like an invitation. God tells you, oh, come shine with me. I shine, you shine. Shine like Jesus Christ. The Father shine. He said, God live in light, right? Sure. So Christ is light. So he said, come shine with me, my sons, for eternity. That's an invitation, basically. He said, this is what you got to do. I'll give you all the tools. You know what I mean? Make it out. Be a winner. and come shine with me. That's some stuff right there. All right, let's go to where I was going. 1 Corinthians 9, was it? 9, yes. 1 Corinthians 9, verse 25.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 25.
Yes, sir.
And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
So you cannot, you said what?
And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
Temperate is same thing as abstinence, self-control. So you got to show that you have self-control in what? In what?
In all things.
In all things. Self-control does not come without patience. That means you cannot be impulsive. You have to have self-control. That's it. You have to have self-control, self-denial, restraint, all of that. Keep going.
Now they do it to attain a corruptible crown. But we an incorruptible.
So now it's showing you a similarity, just like those that's doing it. It's like a race. They're doing it for a medal, maybe for a check. That they can spend in a month or less. Go ahead. But us, we're doing it for what?
But we an incorruptible.
Incorruptible.
I therefore so run, not as uncertainly.
So you see what it says? They are therefore what?
But we attain incorruptible.
No. So incorruptible. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So
I therefore so run, not as uncertainly.
So now he's showing like the fight against temptation. The fight against temptation is what? Discipline. That's why I say we got to be what? Temperate. What is it?
It says temperate in all things.
So you have to be temperate in all things. Temperate in all things.
Yes, sir.
So like an athlete in training. That's the analogy is giving you. So you have to be disciplined in all things, just like an athlete in all in training. Go ahead.
Now they do it to attain a corruptible crown.
So we're not fighting for something that's for a short time, like temporary. Go ahead.
But we an incorruptible.
But we are doing it for an eternal crown. Go ahead.
I therefore so run, not as uncertainly. So fight I, not as the one that beateth the air. But I keep under my body.
So you see that? I keep under my body. So he keep his body under. Under what? Under submission. Go ahead.
And bring it into subjection.
So you see that? So incorruptible crown, right? Like we see, it's only for those who master the flesh. That's it. So the only glory you're going to have here, you can live with it. They're going to stay on the planet. You're going to die and leave it here. The same way when you came, you didn't have it. You're going to live without it. But not those who master, not those who masturbate. What was it? So those who not fighting for the riches of this world, that's corruptible. So you have, just like Deacon had a perfect class. We're not of this world. Everything we own, we should desire should be where we came from, where we were created. We also were created in heaven. So why we came here to prove to God that we're worthy of that promise of the kingdom, and we come here, we fall in love with it. It's just like us coming to the places that we were brought. Our ancestors were brought to serve a sentence for sin, and then we're defending that thing. Yeah, brought to be a Haitian, brought to be a Jamaican, brought to be an American. No, brother, you fall in love with your land of your captivity, so you're already dead. Right. So you forget you're an Israelite. That's what King David says. If I forget you, Jerusalem, let my right hand forget the cunning, right? Something like that. I don't know the words. Go ahead.
Verse 27. But I keep under my body.
I keep my body under.
And bring it into subjection.
And bring those members of my body into subjection, the sin, the lust that's in them. Go ahead.
lest that by any means,
when
I have preached to others, I myself shall be a castaway.
I myself should be a castaway. Sirach 4:28. I myself be a castaway. So now, while you're teaching others, listen. Don't do this. Don't do that. And next thing you know, you find yourself doing it. That you forgot to remove your beams while you're teaching others. So that shows you what? There's never a time for you to stop watching over your soul. It's until you die. Because what? Because Satan, that's a dude that's very good at his job. Right. You cannot keep so if you're a watchman, you can't fall asleep. You will die. Enemy's going to come and attack while you're in deep sleep. It's when you're smelling barbecue, you realize you're the one on fire. So you have to keep your eyes open at all times. You can't afford to fall asleep not for a second. That's what you read in 1 Peter 5 and what? 5 and 3? Let's read that. There we're going. Sirach 4? Okay. Let's go to Sirach 4. No, not Sirach 4. What I said?
Sirach 4 verse
1 Peter. Before I forget. 1 Peter 5. No, not 5. Not that one. Second. What am I talking about, man? What I wanted to go to Peter for? Yeah, what I said I was going to go to Peter for, brothers. That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I'm going to.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober.
Be sober.
Be vigilant.
Be vigilant.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour.
So, if you're not vigilant, read it again.
Yes, sir. Be sober.
Be sober.
Be vigilant.
Be vigilant.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring
lion. So you have adversaries, the devil.
Right.
And the flesh, that's his playground. He understands it very well. And he knows how to activate all the demons that's in there. And he knows how to expose you. And plus he has all his children, his nation, right. The red Caucasian people. The red people, the shrimp crabs and lobsters. Abomination. So right. He got them there to tempt you with all things that's in your flesh. Okay, he ain't get you with this one. He gonna get you with something. This thing is a flood. Tell you that's the kingdom of darkness. Real. Read again.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8.
Read.
Be sober.
Be sober.
Be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Because you might see him on the other side. You say like, okay, I think he's after him. But not knowing he's just checking you and realize, okay, if he turned that way, okay, there's a wall right there. He can't run that way. So I'm going to position myself there. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? Say, I'm going to position myself like that. And when he think I'm not after him, and I start running, I already calculate my step. It will take about 16 steps to reach him. And by the time he realizes it, he's on the menu. That's Satan. That's why I said he desire to have Peter. I mean, like a roaring lion. Look at those teeth. That's to tear flesh up. But let's go to Sirach 4:28.
Sirach chapter 4 verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death.
What it says?
Strive for the truth unto death.
Strive for the truth unto death.
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
And God will fight for you. So we can God says, stay true to this. I'll fight for you. But think about it. They'll say, oh, I might die. You going to live eternally in this flesh? Have you seen anybody in your lifetime that live eternally? But God said, fight unto death. So that's the best death, he said. Go out with a bang. Because what God doing, God said, look, there will be no losers in my kingdom. I'm only taking winners. I'm only taking winners. And if you're a loser, you will die. There's no other way around it. You will die. It will be a kingdom of winners. Think about it. He said, King of Kings. So if you going to be a loser king? Not a loser king. He going to be King of Kings. Those that, read that verse again.
Yes, sir. Strive for the truth unto death.
Strive for the truth unto death.
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
And the Lord shall fight for us.
Be not hasty in thy tongue.
So think about it. We are not alone. That shows you something. If God will fight for us, that shows that we're not alone. So mortify what's inside us. Let's mortify what's inside us, so we can reign in glory later.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to do. Read that again.
Yes, sir. Strive for the truth unto death. And the Lord shall fight for thee.
The Lord will fight for us. So think about it, right? It's almost time, right? Okay. Look, temptation is part of serving God. So we should expect it. Because he said in Sirach, read Sirach 2 and 1 again.
Sir.
Say, that's why you know we should expect it. What it says.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
He said, if that's what you come for, this is what you should expect. So temptation is part of serving God. So we have to accept what comes with it. Expect the temptation. And it doesn't come from outside. Like we say, it's far from within. Those things that's within, that's what defile us. So it comes, what we see on the outside, that trigger it, that's called a trigger, to show you what's in there. It said, that one is not asleep, brother. You better slap that thing, whack-a-mole. Bah, go back down. Bind that chain, bind that thing in chains. All types of chains. So it doesn't come from outside. It reveals, temptation reveals what's in us. That's what it does. Read that again.
Yes, sir. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So when temptation comes, reveal in us, in our soul, reveal in our body, the spirit that are active, we are commanded to do what? Mortify it, kill it, destroy it, keep it under in subjection. Again?
Yes, sir. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So how do you fight? You fight through self-discipline, fasting, prayer, and keeping of the law, the word of God, which is the sword. Read.
Set thy heart aright.
Set your heart aright.
And constantly endure.
Constantly endure.
Because
think about it. Let's say you're fighting. You say, I'm tired. The enemy probably was tired too, because you give up first and then you get knocked out. Is that how I give up? Okay, good opportunity. Your guard's down, bang. You out. Flat line. What it said? Constantly endure. So temptation is it's not the end. It is rather the training ground for righteousness. That's what it is. Temptation is a training ground for righteousness. So you practicing And as you serving God, and temptation will reveal your weaknesses, and then we need to address them. So those weaknesses are the active members, or the members that are awakened in us. So we need to put them back to sleep. Okay? So I think it's the time, right? So, brothers and sisters, embrace your temptation. King David said, it was good that I was, I can't quote that thing. Who can quote it? I was chastised that I can, oh man, everybody mumbling. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that can quote. Well, we'll paraphrase all together. All praises to the Most High. I was feeling bad for a moment. You got it? Okay, read that. Read that for us. So King David tells you the same thing. It was, So it was best that, can somebody quote that thing? Can you quote it, please? That's the one. That's the one, man. Give me that.
Psalm chapter 119 and verse 71.
Yeah.
It is good for me that I have been afflicted.
So the word is afflicted. You didn't remember. We didn't remember.
Yes, sir.
All praises. I mean, I don't feel bad. I'm like, why can't I quote? Hey, now I realize there's a whole team. Hey, there's a whole team of us that can't do it. So let's not feel bad. All praises. Go ahead, read that for me, please.
Yes, sir. Verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes.
That I might learn your statutes. Things like that, we will know when we are revealed. Because now, if those things are revealed in you, and they try to overcome you, so you're going to look for the solution. What the proper precepts. Through that precept, I get understanding. How do I understand how to fight this, how to overcome that? Boom, 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 boom. All these things will force you to study more and pray more and fast more. Israel, it's my time. The class was what?
Don't be
Temptation reveals you. Yes, mortify what's inside. It was a pleasure to be with you tonight. All praise to the Most High for staying with Men Up Monday. Remember, subscribe to IUIC New Jersey right now. All praises to the Most High.